Hello everyone. I am so excited to walk you through the engine of our methodology to manage AI successfully. We use a six-phase approach called CPMAI. It all kicks off with phase one, business understanding. Now, if we look at the official study guide, it defines this phase as the process of focusing on understanding the project objectives and requirements from a business perspective, and then converting this knowledge into an AI specific problem definition. Um, in plain English, this is the look before you leap stage. It's where we ask ourselves, what problem are we actually trying to solve? And does I even belong here? Think of it like deciding to go on a vacation. Before you buy a plane ticket or pack a suitcase, you have to decide if you're going to the beach or the mountains. If you don't know the destination, you're just driving around wasting gas. I once had a client who came to me shouting, "We need a deep learning neural network." I sat them down and asked, "Okay, but what's the problem?" It turns out their customers were just unhappy because the website was slow. They didn't need a complex AI, they just needed a better server. By starting with business understanding, we saved them 6 months of building a fancy hammer for a problem that wasn't even a nail. Once we know the business goal, we move into phase two, data understanding. Our official study guide explains that this phase involves initial data collection and activities aimed at getting familiar with the data, identifying quality problems, and discovering first insights into the data itself. Think of it like this. Now that we know we are going to the beach, we need to check our gear. We open the garage and look for the umbrellas and chairs. This is a stage where we ask, do we actually have the data we need? Is it clean or is it covered in dust and broken? You might have seen this at work. You think you have a great database of customer names, but when you actually open the file, half the names are missing and the other half are written in a code nobody understands. That's your data understanding moment. It's like being a detective at a crime scene. You're not solving the case yet, you're just bagging the evidence and seeing if you have enough clues to move forward. If the clues are missing, you don't move to the next phase, you stay here until you find them. Now, watch how this connects. After we find our data, we enter phase 3, data preparation. The official study guide defines this as the phase that covers all activities to construct the final dataset from the initial raw data, including tasks like data cleaning, transformation, and formatting. This is where the real elbow grease happens. I like to think of this like cooking a big Sunday dinner. In phase 2, you bought the vegetables. In phase 3, you're peeling the carrots, washing the lettuce, and chopping the onions. You can't just throw a whole unpeeled onion into a frying pan and expect a gourmet meal. Stay with me for a moment because this phase usually takes the most time. You'll spend about 80% of your energy here. I remember a project where we had to merge data from three different departments. One department used full name, another used first name, last name, and the third used employee ID. And it was a mess. We spent weeks just getting everyone on the same page so the AI wouldn't get confused. It's not glamorous work, but if the kitchen is dirty, the food will taste bad. Now we get to the part everyone gets excited about, phase 4, modeling. This is where various modeling techniques are selected and applied, and their parameters are calibrated to optimal values to create the AI solution. In simple terms, this is where the data scientists finally get to play with their AI toys. It's the actual building of the brain. Think of it like a scientist in a lab trying different formulas to see which one makes the liquid turn blue. They might try formula A, then tweak it to formula B, and then try formula C. Don't worry, we'll take it slow here. As a manager, you don't need to know the math, but you need to know that this is a trial and error phase. It's like a baker trying to find the perfect amount of sugar for a new cookie. They bake a batch, taste it, add a little more sugar, and bake again. You're looking for that Goldilocks model. not too simple, not too complex, but just right for the business goal we set back in phase 1. Now, before we show the world, we have phase 5, evaluation. The official study guide says that in this phase, you must evaluate the model to ensure it properly achieves the business objectives and that all important business issues have been sufficiently considered. This is the big final exam. We've built the model, but does it actually do what the business sponsor asked for in the beginning? It's like taking that new cookie we baked and giving it to a group of customers to see if they'd actually buy it. Once saw a team build a perfect AI that could identify different types of flowers with 99% accuracy. It was a technical masterpiece. But when we got to the evaluation phase, we realized the business goal was actually to identify weeds in a cornfield. The model was brilliant at roses, but it didn't know anything about weeds. We had to go back. Evaluation is your safety net. It's where you have the courage to say the math is great, but the business value isn't there yet. Finally, we reach the finish line. Phase 6, deployment. Our official study guide defines this as the phase where the model is integrated into the production environment and a plan is created for its ongoing monitoring and maintenance. Think of this like the grand opening of your restaurant. The food is ready, the kitchen is clean, and the doors are open. But deployment isn't just turning it on and going home. Uh, it's about making sure the waiters know how to serve the food and having a plan for what to do if a customer sends dish back. In the AI world, the world changes. You might have seen this. You launch a great AI, but then a year later, customer habits change and the AI starts making mistakes. That's why the deployment phase includes a plan for the future. You don't just build a ship and leave it in the harbor. You hire a crew to keep it painted, keep the engines oiled, and steer it through the storms. When you finish phase 6, you've actually just started the journey of a living, breathing AI system. And there you have it, 6 phases, one continuous loop. You're doing great. Staying focused on these steps is exactly what's going to set you apart as a professional.